I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Taking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the front, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, not the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. Some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to EMP.Money. My name is AJ, I'm the team lead here, and this is our live AMA. We go live every Monday and Thursday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. Today I'm flying solo. Fellow team member and co-host LA is traveling, so bear with me. I'm going to try to get through all this on my own. Today will be short and sweet as we can, but still a lot of updates. And we will do our Q&A as well as some questions from the live chat at the very end. So if you have questions, please feel free to type them in the chat. And as always, make sure you please like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All of our engagement and ad revenue will help support EMP, the entire ecosystem. So it's super important and it helps our algorithm. So, all right, well, we're going to jump right in and give some updates. I like how somebody put Battle of the X's. So, yeah, between Twitter rebranding to X and Layer 1X and L1X Dex or L1 Dex, it is the era of the X's. So, that was an interesting announcement from Twitter and plays in really nicely to the L1X marketing, for sure. So that was exciting to see, and yeah, lots of updates with L1X today. So the majority of the AMA will be about that. We'll get into some other updates as we go, and again, the Q&A at the end. So unfortunately, we were supposed to go live today with the public sale of L1X. We're trying to get it out ASAP. Dex Finance guys are working on it as we speak. We just had a little bit of last minute variables that we had to solidify before that public sale went live. So hopefully by the time this AMA is over, or at the very least sometime tomorrow morning, we'll have the official link out for the L1X pre-sale. This is the public sale rather. At 50 cents, and it's the same format that we did with the pre-sale at 10 cents, and it's the only option for no KYC as well. So they have opened up their own public sale to everyone through L1X directly, as long as you're in the verified countries that you're allowed to participate. They also had some issues on their end with the whitelist, so they just went ahead and opened it up to everybody over the weekend. So no need to wait on a whitelist through L1X. If you want to contribute directly through them, you can. If you want to wait until our link is up, then no KYC. And we're fully compliant. The way we do it is the trust account that EMP is set up through is the intermediary. We KYC to L1X. they distribute their coins to us, and then we distribute their coins based on the public ledger of the blockchain of whoever contributed. So it's a win-win for everybody. And if you haven't gotten into the pre-sale, the public sale now is the next best thing. I believe it's a $25 million hard cap before there's another round of funding that will be at $1. So again, really bullish, and there's a lot of info that came out yesterday. The L1X team did their own AMA about the review of the beta. Again, they are choosing to roll out L1X in a beta mainnet and then move into their actual public launch later this year. So what that means, it's a few things. So I want to go over kind of what they said in this AMA. If you want to listen to the whole AMA, it's in the Discord as well. But I'm going to give a little bit of a recap, and then we're actually going to be on a special AMA with L1X tomorrow. So again, between now and then, and what I'm about to go over here, you should have all the info that you need. So they have chosen to go with this, again, a bit of a delayed launch for many reasons. The big three are getting and making sure that we, as a DEX, can have a ton of liquidity. And by doing that, we have a few more months now to build the liquidity for L1X through the DEX. So that was a big reason. The major reason is just adoption. And I think we've seen that a lot with other chains that launch. It takes a while for adoption to kick in. And when that happens, it can lead to a price dump. So the idea is that, through this beta phase, where L1X is not technically tradable, there will be no dump, but the chain itself will still be functioning. And, this is, again, exciting because you're able to kind of build the coffer, so to speak, and have a much larger user base before the coin is technically live. And this is compounded with how technically advanced L1X is. So a lot of this is brand new to people, and when they actually show the interoperability and that it's legit and not just words anymore, I think that's going to do wonders for adoption as well. And they're also bringing on a bunch of game partners. So there should be some games on L1X that we can all participate in before public launch. And finally, the wallet. They are really pushing the L1X wallet. It's going to be a lot different than what we're used to with MetaMask. The wallet will be almost like its own interface within L1X. So this is really, again, revolutionary because you'll be able to interact with all the L1X dApps within the wallet directly. So again, those of you that are using MetaMask, you're going to have a whole new experience with the L1X wallet, and they're really prioritizing people switching over to that wallet as well. So we'll have a lot more info on that as it gets closer, but just be prepared to unlock all the features of L1X by utilizing their actual wallet. So, all right, and again, other things to consider is prioritizing security. By doing it this way, there'll be, plenty of opportunity for audits, making sure the chain is secure, and staking, which we'll talk about in a minute, a lot of your L1X tokens, which into validator nodes, which also secures the network and reduces the, circulating supply to theoretically pump the price. So again, I don't really want to comment too much on price because, as part of the DEX, we don't want to speculate. But again, it's good to lock up tokens as well. Give me 1 second here. All right, so up next is a really exciting announcement. They are actually working for working towards BTC interoperability. So we knew already that the top 10 EVM and Rust-based chains were going to be included. That's, all your top guys, AVAX, Phantom, Solana, obviously Binance and Ethereum. But now they're also working towards BTC through the Lightning Network. So again, this was a question that was brought up in the last AMA, and I was purely speculating when I answered, but it turns out that it is going to happen. So this will be really exciting, especially with BTC incorporating some smart contract capability through ordinals and other exciting things being built on Bitcoin. I think this is huge for L1X, and then you're going to be able to own native Bitcoin, through our liquidity pools and the DEX itself. So really, really exciting stuff. More info on nodes. Again, like I said, prioritizing staking not only makes the network more secure, but also does wonders for the circulating supply. So they released an updated breakdown on nodes. So if you're going into this public sale, again, either through L1X directly or through us, the link will be ready in less than 24 hours. If you are able to contribute at least 50,000 or acquire 50,000 L1X tokens at a 50-cent price, that is $25,000. They reduced that a little bit. It was $50,000 US originally, but now it's only 50,000 tokens. You will get an NFT that gives you access to run a full validator. So this is really exciting. There will be only about 1,000 validator nodes available upon mainnet. So this gives you a great way to help secure the network, and it's really a business in a box, because by running one of these validator nodes, you're entitled to a reward pool of not only rewards directly from the L1X Foundation. They've set aside about 10 million L1X tokens to reward node holders, but you also get part of the fees. So this could be really lucrative moving forward. And there's also a smaller node available called an event listener node. That helps, again, with the interoperability of L1X. And those nodes are only 10,000 L1X tokens, or $5,000. So either of those are available. The event listener node, you can just stake your L1X, so it's a little bit less tech savvy. If you run a full validator node, you do need to have some technical capabilities running it on your own server. But if you're using L1X wallet, you will also be able to stake directly to other people's nodes. So even if you're not, technically savvy, you can still participate for a portion of rewards, and the minimum of that is only 100 tokens. So that's really, really simple, and again, entitles you to rewards overall. So another level of investment is at the $1,000 level. That will give you, anybody that contributes $1,000 US will have early access to the wallet as well, whether that was in the pre-sale or now in the public sale. So all of this is, coming together. We have, again, an AMA tomorrow, specifically about the DEX. But our goal right now with the DEX is just getting partners and really building liquidity within the DEX. And one last announcement that they made was that, because I know a lot of people were concerned about not being able to sell their tokens, well, there will be a P2P trading system, and us as the DEX will be helping to facilitate that. So if you are interested in selling your tokens, and you can find a buyer on the other side, then we will be able to facilitate that. So nobody is locked in, even though the token is not tradable. This is massive for the liquidity and actually being able to trade the token without it affecting the market price. So you will not be able to sell it less than whatever the current fundraising round is, but this does give you an option to liquidate some of your tokens if you choose. So, and this will help us on the deck side. We'll take a fee from that as well, so that we can again start providing LP rewards, even though the token is not live. So, all right, I think that really sums up everything in terms of L1X. Let me just look over the comments. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to type in the chat. All right, I think we're good on the L1X front. So, all right, let me give a few more updates here. The Speakeasy protocol had an amazing launch over the weekend. We had Kirk on for that on Thursday, and that went really well. So, of all of you that got into the new ROI contract with Speakeasy and the drinks token, congrats to all of you. If you haven't, please check out our socials. We have our affiliate link and some more info on how to get involved. But the token price looks really good. And again, that will be a long-term project that also supports EMP. So, all right, power ups. I know a lot of you have been asking about those. We were using a multi-chain to bridge funds from BSC, utilizing again the gains produced in the EMP ecosystem to then pay out Ethereum directly on ETH mainnet. However, that bridge was massively hacked. Again, another product market fit for L1X and the secure interoperability. Over $3 billion every year is hacked through bridges. So unfortunately, we saw that. We didn't lose funds, which was awesome, but now we have been delayed. So Jake, our developer, is in the process of manually distributing that through another bridge. Some of you may see rewards today, but they will be there this week. So power ups should be back on schedule for any of you that have rewards to be claimed. You should be able to now get that. And again, it was just a delay. It wasn't, funds were not lost. So payouts should be on track. So if you are having issues, feel free to open a ticket in Discord. But give it one more week. Even again, by the time this AMA is over, you may have them as well. But we were manually distributing with a new bridge. And so once I think that we have a new bridge partner, once that is solidified, then all of it will happen automatically through a smart contract again. So, all right, the secret pulse chain project. So again, we are so freaking close. I was hoping to have an announcement today, but we ran into one little, I don't want to call it a bug, but we ran into one potential issue that we're sorting out as a team. It's already, in the works and testing. So hopefully by the end of this week or early next week. And we have one more addition to the Pulse Chain project too. But if it adds too much time to development, we'll probably forego that and implement it later. So it's almost here. Again, I know nobody wants to hear that, but it's going to be a direct use case for EMP and eShare. So it could be really bullish for the price and peg while we're waiting for Fusion to launch. And speaking of Fusion, again, no additional updates. The devs are working, night and day to get it out. So I think have finally um, uh, 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 we finally committed to battery prices. So hopefully on Thursday we'll be able to announce the price of batteries, but they're very affordable. And that was the last bit of code before we can continue to get it rolled out. So again, no updates in terms of date for either the Pulse Chain project or Fusion, but we are making headway. So and then finally, in terms of updates before we get into Q&A, the Level X refunds, if you were involved in Level X, again, not to be confused with L1X, we are going through the spreadsheet now one final time, and you will be credited through Fusion. So again, if you were on that list or submitted, we will be issuing refunds out of my personal allocation, and it'll go towards Fusion. So you won't be able to dump on any of us. You'll have to again go through Fusion to earn. And it's really not that much. It shouldn't dilute anybody else that was a participant. So that will be a participant in Fusion. So all right, I think that is it for updates. So let me go through the Q&As. Let me jump on over to Discord really fast. Give me 1 minute. All right, so we have an AMA questions section on Discord. Feel free to type your questions here, but I'll go over a few of them. The first one is when Fusion comes, what will happen to the Sentinel NFT? So again, that is probably a question for all the NFTs, and the short answer is, you will still earn, but it will go directly towards Fusion. So again, all that, all the claim rewards will be sent to your central grid to grow your position in Fusion, and really, that might be a way again, another way to maybe even get ahead than just sacrificing directly. So we'll have to see how that all plays out once Fusion is live. But the NFTs will still have value and use case moving forward. So, all right, the next part is there any way to take what we have out of Detonator and Reactor? Again, we get this question a lot. As of right now, all claimed rewards through Detonator and Reactor or any of the DOS products will go into your central grid and into Fusion directly. And we do have plans eventually to allow you to encapsulate your position in Detonator or Reactor and either sell that on the open market, so whatever somebody is willing to pay for that position, or you'll be able to sacrifice it into again Fusion for a dollar value. It will definitely not be the your total rewards. It'll be some calculation based on what you've already claimed, but that will be an option as well eventually. So again, none of that is available right now, and it won't be available on launch of Fusion, but it will be shortly thereafter and it's on the roadmap to help. And really, the ultimate solution is that, with the changes that we make to Detonator or all DOS contracts going into Fusion, and then the updated taxes, where if you claim more than twice a week, you start getting hit with progressively larger and larger taxes. That will help those contracts recover to a point that you don't want to sell your position in Detonator or any of the DOS products. So that is, again, the true fix that we're working on. So, all right, next question is, hello, please answer this honestly and truthfully. We answer everything honestly and truthfully. Does Fusion and the Sacrifice release heavily depend on L1X, L1DEX, being ready for release? The answer is wholeheartedly no. Again, I know it seems like, everything is going to happen all at once. That was not our intention. Obviously, we'd like to spread it out, not only from a marketing perspective, but also, a workload perspective. The entire team has just been nonstop. And we're putting in 12-hour days to get the shit out the door, and we're trying our best. So no, will it end up happening like that? Maybe. I mean, I hope not. But yeah, we may see everything at launch all at once with everything that we have going on. So, all right, next question. Once rewards are sent to the central grid, what can you do with them? So, again, your rewards are paid out through your microgrid, and it's in the form of what we're calling energy. And those energy rewards will be used to, purchase anything in the marketplace. And specifically, batteries are going to be the most important. If you choose not to buy anything in the microgrid or any batteries, then those energy rewards will be automatically compounded, we call that BBE, or buyback and earn, and that will increase the value of your microgrid over time. But those are just a lot of the different things you can do, and then you'll actually earn through batteries. You can earn BNB, ETH, some other partner tokens that we'll be releasing shortly after launch with the energy that you earn. So again, consider energy or eShare, again, they're the same thing, as the currency of the platform moving forward. So plenty of info in the white paper. Again, they're asking, do we know how much a battery will cost yet? We do, but we're not quite ready to share that publicly. It will hopefully be revealed in the next AMA, where we can go into batteries a little bit more. But yeah, they will be super affordable. Again, we've said, a nice meal out, but it may be even less than that. So, all right, a few more questions here. Actually, last question. On Discord, it says, Mr. Jason says, not long ago, it just said cultivator will be going away. Can you elaborate on this more? Any way we can sacrifice direct from DOS rewards into Fusion without claiming first? So, yeah, cultivator will be its own situation. Again, a lot of you are not even in cultivator, and we've said don't enter into cultivator. But we have a plan. We're just not ready to publicly announce that yet to avoid any potential gamification. But if you were in cultivator before or around the time that the exploit happened with the grow token, you'll be taken care of. So and yeah, we'll elaborate more on that as it gets closer. And those your position and those rewards will be applied to Fusion in some manner. So yeah, just again, stay tuned for that. But we will have a fair solution to all that. So all right, let me go back over to YouTube. Hang on 1 minute. All right, if there's any other questions, feel free to type them in the live chat. The first one is from Eric. He says, any disadvantages to sacrificing eShare right away? I realize there are some bonuses, but is there a downside to sacrificing eShare at $40 and not waiting for a much higher price? So, yeah, the short answer is it really depends on where you bought eShare at. If you're accumulating eShare now, or if you bought eShare at the lower levels, then absolutely, by the time you factor in your ability to earn on those eShare, and the early sacrifice bonus, because remember, all sacrificing will have an additional early sacrifice bonus, that will happen every 24 hours for the first few days, possibly first few weeks. And that will, again, the most bang for your buck, so to speak, will be immediately within the first 24 hours, sacrificing everything that you have. If you choose to speculate on the price of each share going up, and then, buying a power pack with that each share, or sacrificing at a later date, you can, but that is definitely, an opportunity cost of not earning on that e-share in the meantime. Because remember, once Fusion goes live, Fusion will be the only way to earn in the ecosystem. So the other farms, again, will be taken over by Fusion. So that's why it's so important that you want to sacrifice as much as you can, as early as you can, to have the most earning potential. So, all right, hopefully that answered that question. But again, everybody is, free to do whatever they want. It's up to you and your, financial goals. So, all right, and then if I sacrifice, oh, he has a follow-up. If I sacrifice right away, can I use my bonus points to buy more e-share? So, yeah, I mean, you can't buy energy directly once you've sacrificed. That turns into energy in the marketplace. But yeah, you could buy a e-share battery, and then use that energy to start cashing back out into e-share. Because again, remember, when it comes out of Fusion, it's e-share. When it's inside of Fusion, it's called energy. And we did that because we didn't want to have to do another migration and have another separate token. I know it can be a little confusing, but once you see this in action, it becomes a lot less confusing. Um, and e-share will always be tradable as a token outside of Fusion as well. But yes, to answer your question, and there's probably some, again, game theory behind that, where you're better off sacrificing your e-share early, getting a better position inside of Fusion, buying an e-share battery, where then you're able to cash out in e-share, and now you're building your e-share back at lower prices, to then be able to speculate on selling later on. So yeah, again, that is part of what I was mentioning earlier. The short answer is, you probably want to, and again, not financial advice, you probably want to sacrifice as much as you can as early as you can, and then build back your bags through Fusion. So, all right, hopefully that helps. And we'll have a full deep dive on, all sorts of different strategies once Fusion is finally up. So, all right, I think that is there a minimum buy on L1X? No, I think the minimum is $100. So, our sale will be on Ethereum mainnet and Binance Smart Chain (BSC). Well, you'll be able to contribute USDC or USDT, and then we're also maybe working with, here's some alpha for you. We also may be working with some other partners and launch pads on other chains, to offer you an option for buying L1X on a different chain. But I would say make sure, and it really, with the pre-sale, we had about $100 of contributions on all the other chains other than Ethereum BSC. So you all should have access through those two chains. Again, USDC or USDT. There is a $100 minimum and I believe a $1 million maximum. So a lot higher max in this current round. So all right, I think that is it. Yeah, somebody says, "Hey Jay, are you bullish on Pulse Chain? And am I a Hexagon?" So yeah, very bullish on Pulse Chain. Again, we'll have a sister project on Pulse Chain launching again, hopefully within the next few days rather than weeks. And yes, I am also a Hexagon. Made some incredible gains with Hex, which is Richard Hart's original project. And so, yeah, I think that we've seen a lot of the bleeding out of Pulse Chain, and our timing is going to be really good, I think. I think we see, hopefully, an increase from here. So, all right, I think that is it. All the questions. Again, a little bit shorter today, only about half an hour, but hopefully we got everything that we needed to get answered. Again, my co-host with the most, LA, will be back on Thursday, and we'll have a much more in-depth AMA, hopefully on Thursday. And we will be on the AMA tomorrow on L1X. Again, join their Discord so that you can have access to that AMA. We'll probably simulcast that AMA to our YouTube as well, so that nobody misses it. But make sure that you follow L1X just to be safe, and are part of their Discord for all the updates. So that will be a lot more info on the DEX itself tomorrow. And then again, we're back here on Thursday. And if the Pulse Chain project goes live, we'll do another AMA about that. So we may have a bunch of AMAs this week. So just make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube and following with all notifications to know when we go live. So, all right, thank you all. Yes, LA makes things twice as fun. We missed her today, but we'll be back. So, thank you all for hanging out and showing up. And as always, good night, good day. We'll see you on Thursday.